This week on State Champs Extra Point. Week 6 is a pivotal point in the high school football season. Big divisional matchups all across the metro area. In the buzz this week, Tom Markowski's take on player safety. We're talking concussions. Mike Martin is back inside the trenches, and Al Fracassa gives some insight on dealing with parents. Get ready, the point is ready to roll. State Champs Extra Point is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Also brought to you in part by Hungry Howie's. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Go to doughrazor.com for details. Van Andel Institute. Get involved. Join us at purplecommunity.org. Henry Ford Health System. Together, we can. Imagine Theater and Star Lanes in Royal Oak. Your ultimate entertainment destination. And our friends with the United Auto Workers and Chrysler. What's up, football fans? For the next half hour, we're shining the spotlight on the kids who give it their all on the high school gridiron all season long. Greater Detroit, this is your high school football show. We call it State Champs Extra Point. We're presented by Lawrence Technological University in Southfield, Michigan's first wireless laptop campus. LTU links theory and practice with advanced learning technologies. Check it all out at ltu.edu. I'm Lauren Plant. Week 6 of the football season gave some teams the chance to already punch their ticket to the postseason. Now, for others, a must-needed win was exactly what the doctor ordered. We had cameras all over Southeast Michigan this week, bringing you coverage unlike anywhere else. So, let's do this. Let's begin in the KLAA South Division tussle with Livonia Churchill Chargers traveling to play the always tough Kenton Chiefs. Churchill came into this one averaging 44 points a game. They just have a knack for finding the end zone. The senior Paul Romaine breaking free, 36-yard touchdown. Chargers held a 21-14 lead. Right before the end of the half, senior quarterback Brian Alsobrooks, he threw for 289 yards in this one. Deep here to Steve Szymanski, 54-yard score. Livonia Churchill led 28-14 at intermission. Kenton looking to go 5-1 in the second half, doing what they do. Success running the ball. The senior Chuck Turf weaving his way for a 40-yard touchdown, but the Chiefs still trailed 35-28 into the fourth. Final quarter, Kenton would score the final 2 touchdowns of the game. Here is Turf punching it in from 4 yards out. Kenton snags a 40-35 win. Chiefs sit alone in first atop the KLAA South. We head to the SEC Conference. Ann Arbor Huron at home versus the Ann Arbor Skyline Eagles. Looking for win number 1, Skyline struck first. Sophomore running back Charles Jones, 4-yard touchdown. Eagles led 7-0 after the first. Huron looking to beat Skyline for the first time in 4 years. They would respond in the second. The junior Paris Green put the team on his shoulders. 25-yard score. Ann Arbor Huron beat Skyline for the first time since 2010. 21-7 the final. Always a huge rivalry game in the KLAA North when Walled Lake Northern lines up against the Warriors, representing Walled Lake Western. 4-1 coming in, Western scored 21 points in the first half. Here, the junior quarterback Kyle Thomas, second rushing touchdown of the first half. Warriors led 21-6 at the break. Thomas went to the air in the second half. Marcus Bailey on the receiving end of a 23-yard score. Walled Lake Western cruising up 28-6. The Knights' rally came late in the third, pulled off 2 scores. One a fumble recovery in the end zone, the other Brandon O'Donnell to Chris Cliff. Knights down 28-21 heading into the fourth. But Western's Thomas was 11 of 21 through the air for 186. On the ground, 121 yards. 44-yard TD scamper. Walled Lake Western goes on to a 42-21 victory. Mike Gerlitis continues our coverage now.
It's a home game. It's the last one. Friday night lunch. Prime time, baby. Prime time. Bring the wood. Let's play.
Mac Blue matchup, both teams coming in at 2-3. Warren Cousino hosting the Huskies of St. Clair Shores Lakeview. Patriots getting out of the gates quickly. Already up 3-0 and driving. Senior QB Nick Palmer going 37 yards on the keeper. Cousino up 10-0. More from the Pats. Gary DeBose Jr. finding pay dirt from 10 yards out. Cousino with a 17-0 lead after the first. Second quarter, same story for the Patriots. Steven Charles Jr. to punch it in for 6 more. Cousino up 24-0 going into the half. Patriots putting this one away for good in the second half. It's Charles striking once again, going 85 yards off the kickoff as Warren Cousino rolls over St. Clair Shores Lakeview, 31-7 your final. I'm Mike Erlitis for Extra Point.
I'm Mike Martin, former Detroit Catholic Central Shamrock, Michigan Wolverine, and current Tennessee Titan. Welcome inside the trenches. Fellas, this week's drill is all about pass rush. This is for my D-line guys, my group. All about getting to the quarterback and making plays, and then celebrating. Now, pass rush, first of all, is all about the mentality. No matter who's blocking you, you gotta have the mentality that I'm going through him and I'm getting to the quarterback. Now these moves that I'm going to show you on this drill are all about separation, getting the hands off, and getting through the guy, making the play. This drill is all about separation, getting the hands off, getting through the guy who's blocking you, making the play. Uncommon actions bring uncommon results. Fellas, you got to train hard and dream big, and good things will happen, I promise you. I'm Mike Martin. I'll see you next week.
Hey everyone, I'm Stephanie, and I'm here to remind you about our brand new scoreboard feature on StateChampsNetwork.com. Our team is there to keep you up to date on all the football scores all week long. So head over to StateChampsNetwork.com and check it out. The Inside Buzz is coming up next with Tom and Lauren as they discuss a hot topic this week, concussions.
We want you. We are Lawrence Technological University, and we don't want just anybody. We want students who are curious and driven, students with a passion for hard work and good times, students who will move right in and shoot for the best that Lawrence Tech Southfield campus has to offer. So if you believe that everything is possible and that possible is everything, we want you at LTU.
Does your company want the attention of the high school market? State Champ Sports Network will customize and maximize your message through our ever-expanding multimedia machine. Email Mark Rottenberg, markr@statechampsnetwork.com, and join the winning team.
My purple is defeating cancer.
My purple is my grandma.
Everyone has a reason for joining Purple Community.
My purple is fighting Parkinson's.
My purple is my mother.
Because that's where the fight to end cancer, Parkinson's, and other diseases begins. When you participate in a Purple Community event, 100% of your donation goes directly to research at Van Andel Institute. Get involved. Join us at purplecommunity.org.
Welcome back to State Champs Extra Point. Now back to David with more highlights.
Walled Lake Central charged up and ready to go for this KLAA battle against the Corsairs from Waterford Mott. The Vikings up a field goal early, but QB Dakota Coop will change that as he hooks up with Randy Bicknell for a 44-yard score, and Mott went ahead 6-3. Vikings ahead 10-6 now in the second, and senior signal caller Nick Crum is going to pad that lead as he bobs and weaves his way through the D for a 15-yard tally and a 17-6 lead. Vikings would pump that lead once more before half on the strength of this 34-yard rumble from Big Zach Gore. And it was 24-14 Walled Lake Central at the break. And the Vikings would put a stranglehold on it in the third, as it's Crum one more time flashing his elusiveness as he bounces off some would-be tackles on his way to a 43-yard romp to pay dirt as they knock off Waterford Mott and claim first place in the KLAA North Division. 38-20, your final. Brighton more than ready for a homecoming night challenge as they welcomed in the visiting Eagles from Heartland High School. Heartland would get on the board first as junior QB Noah Marshall will follow his blockers across the goal line from 2 yards out for a 7-0 second quarter lead. The Eagles on the doorstep again later in the quarter, and this time Zach Mesner will power his way in from 5 yards out as Heartland jumped ahead 2 scores and led 17-0 at the break. Brighton looking to get back into it in the third, and they would inch a little closer on the strength of this 3-yard scamper by senior Nick Brish, and it was 17-7 Heartland after 3. But the Eagles would seal it up in the fourth, and once again it's Mesner busting one to the outside and falling into the end zone for the 3-yard tally. Heartland making a statement with a huge road win over the conference rival Bulldogs to move to 5-1 on the year, 24-7 the final. We move now to the PSL, where the Bulldogs of East St. Louis Village made the trip downtown to Cass Tech to take on the hometown Technicians. Cass Tech getting things going early thanks to the legs of star senior running back Mike Weber, who slips a couple of tackles on his way to a 7-yard score. Cass Tech led 14-0 at the half. Jump to the third now, and the Technicians will strike again. Rodney Hall airs one out to Demetric Vance, who finds the end zone from 30 yards out to pump Cass Tech's lead to 21-0. The Bulldogs would get back into it later in the quarter. Senior QB Anton Curtis delivers a bomb to Lindrell Mitchell, 55 yards to Pater, and it was 21-8 Cass Tech. Bulldogs threatening down only 5, but big players always show up when you need them most, and Keyshawn Gilmore proves that with this terrific one-handed pick, and Cass Tech holds on at home to remain undefeated and clinch a playoff berth for the 7th straight year. 21-16 your final. I'm David Faze for Extra Point.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again for another edition of Coach's Corner with the great Al Fracassa, of course, presented by Chrysler and UAW. And Coach, we appreciate you coming back into our studios. It's been a great season so far, lots going on, and we love picking your brain, and we love talking about some of the things that we feel give us a little behind-the-scenes glimpse at how football coaches handle things. And what we wanted to talk about this week is talking about parents. And, you know, it's always one of these things where, you know, you have some great and supportive parents, and you have some other parents that maybe you have to deal with in a certain way, I guess. But how would you deal with parents in general?
Well, you know, they approached me many times, especially when I was a younger coach. You know, they wanted to know why maybe their son wasn't playing as much, and I would never lie. I would always tell them the truth. Like, you know, he's not quick enough, or maybe, you know, there's nothing wrong with his attitude. He wants to play, and, you know, if he keeps working, I try to be a positive coach, but you have to be truthful with the parents. I have a little motto of my own, play as many boys as you can, because the mom and dad up there, they want to see their son play. And I kind of like that. You don't see Brother Rice in the last 45 years in the record books, because I don't believe in a person getting records. I believe that if I can get a few of those guys in, the parents are going to be so happy when they come home for dinner. They're going to talk about how'd you like it in there and all that.
All right, let's quickly get to a big rivalry game that's going on this week. It's Walled Lake Western, Walled Lake Central, both teams who you saw earlier on the show, 5-1. Mike Sadepski and Bob Meyer going at it, and two proud programs.
Yes, well, I'll tell you what, I've known Mike for a long time. The other coach I didn't know too long, but he is a fine coach. I remember one time when he was playing for the state championship at the Silverdome. He had all of his kids dye their hair blonde. I thought, you know, I never saw that before. And I said, hey, I got to know more about this coach and see what he stands for. He's very, very involved with his kids, and he'll do anything to win.
All right, Coach, thanks for that. You'll see Coach next week, and of course the big grudge match between Western and Central next week. Coach's Corner is presented by our friends with the UAW and Chrysler.
And he can barely stand up now.
Boy, they've just got to get him out of the ball game.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. He's got to come out.
To have number 7 in the game on a gimpy leg after a hit like that, that is terrible looking after a young player.
So there you have it. We break from rankings this week to bring you another edition of The Buzz with Tom Markowski. And the talk all week long, player safety, concussions. First, we grabbed one of the Lions' team physicians and Henry Ford Health System's Dr. Bill Matsouras for comment.
It's a teachable moment what happened this weekend. And it isn't that anybody did anything wrong per se. The reality is that we have to be aware of what's going on the field. Coaches have to be aware of this. Team members have to be aware of this. Officials have to be aware of this. And if we see that someone may be at risk of getting a concussion, they need to get out and they need to be fully evaluated.
All right, Tom, your thoughts to how this relates to the safety of our high school football players?
Well, that decision should be in the hands of the doctors, the trainers on the sidelines. I've spoken many times with the coaches in the area. John Harrington, for example, at Farmington Hills Harrison, he said, Tom, I have too many things going on. I have to take care of 50 other kids. I can't be concerned about the welfare of another kid if he is on the sidelines. I have to take the word of the trainer, and once he is cleared, then I can play them. That's the way it should be. It should be up to the professionals on the sideline, not a coach with his headphones on calling plays. And I really see no, leeway on that. You got to worry about the safety of the kids first. It's only a game.
Yeah, or even a coach without his headphones on. All right, thanks, Tom. We didn't forget about rankings. You can check out all of our latest rankings every Sunday night at StateChampsNetwork.com.
Thanks for sticking with us here on Extra Point, your home for everything high school football. We've got lots more highlights coming up from right here in Metro Detroit, so stay with us. Our Henry Ford Sports Medicine Minute is coming up next.
This October, you're going to be seeing a little more pink. Once again, Hungry Howie's is fighting breast cancer with love, hope, and pizza. For every pizza sold, every story of strength shared, and every new Hungry Howie's Facebook fan, a donation will be made to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. The pink pizza boxes are back. Order today and join us in the fight against breast cancer with love, hope, and pizza.
Does your company want the attention of the high school market? State Champ Sports Network will customize and maximize your message through our ever-expanding multimedia machine. Email Mark Rottenberg, markr@statechampsnetwork.com, and join the winning team.
Bring the family to Guernsey Farms Dairy Restaurant for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Come enjoy our home-style menu developed by Guernsey's new executive chef, Jason Mammon. Experience his hearty homemade soups, specialty salads, pastas, craft burgers, and famous roasted chicken dinners. And after your meal, treat the family to our old-fashioned ice cream parlor featuring Guernsey's premium ice cream. Visit the Guernsey Farms Dairy Restaurant located on Novi Road just south of 9 Mile. Taste the Guernsey difference.
Hi, we're Farmington Falcons here. Welcome back to Extra Point. And now let's get back to the highlights. Go!
We begin with Thursday afternoon's contest in the Catholic League. Allen Park Cabrini on the road to take on the Cranbrook Cranes, an intersectional division matchup. Since joining the conference in 2010, Cranbrook in blue 0-20. Opening possession, the sophomore Jalen Allen gets a handoff, slips a tackle, in for the 35-yard touchdown. Cranes led 7-0 as we headed into halftime. Cranbrook continued success on the ground in the second half. Allen refusing to go down. He finished the day with 29 carries, 198 yards rushing. Cranbrook wins their first ever Catholic League game. They shut out Allen Park Cabrini 14-0. Cranes now 4-2 on the season. Next, to the OAA in a matchup with the top two teams in the blue division. The Berkeley Bears hoping to go 6-0 for just the second time in school history. But they'd have to do it on the road at Farmington. Berkeley in white, driving near the end of the first. Senior quarterback Jake Cummings on the keeper. We were tied at 7. Now after dropping the opener, Farmington looking for their 5th straight win. Junior running back Kyle Brunson from 9 yards out, his second rushing score of the first half. Falcons led 21-7 at the break. It would be all Farmington in the second stanza. What a day for Brunson. 15 carries, 142 yards, and a career-high 4 touchdowns. Falcons leading 28-13 after 3. Insurance in the fourth. Senior quarterback Kyle Collins connecting with Omari Mitchell. 36-yard touchdown pitch and catch. Farmington runs away from previously unbeaten Berkeley, 41-13. The Falcons now tied with Birmingham Groves for first in the OAA Blue.
Hello, my name is Dr. Bill Matsouras, orthopedic sports medicine specialist and team physician for the Detroit Lions, and this is your Henry Ford Health System Sports Medicine Minute. Today's topic is ACL injuries. The anterior cruciate ligament of the knee is an injury that can oftentimes happen in our cutting and twisting athletes. You can see it in soccer, football, basketball. You can see it in boys and girls. It's a significant injury that can lead to catching, locking, popping, and giving way. If you develop swelling, if you develop stiffness over the first 24 hours after an injury, you need to see a healthcare professional. If this injury does occur, you may need surgery, and this surgery will require 6 to 9 months of rehabilitation to get back to sport. For any questions, please contact your Henry Ford Health System sports professional. I'm Dr. Bill Matsouras.
Presented by Henry Ford Health System. Together, we can.
Hey guys, do you want to be live on the radio? Simply call in and join Tom and Lauren every Saturday morning from 9 to 11 a.m. on the State Champs High School Football Radio Show on CBS Sports Radio 1270 a.m. Our LTU Coach of the Week is coming up next.
Fundraising should be fresh, flavorful, and simple. We have the perfect solution at Hungry Howie's, Dough Raiser. Your nonprofit organization can sell paper pizza certificates that your customers can redeem for 1 medium pizza at participating Hungry Howie's locations. Go to doughraiser.com to learn about, sign up for, and order everything Dough Raiser. Request a Dough Raiser kit for your group today. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Welcome to Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser.
You think you're getting past me? By the time you experience the world of pain. Here I come, lung cancer. Deep breaths, baby, deep breaths. Game on, cancer!
Get in the game at GameOnCancer.com.
We want you. We are LTU, Lawrence Technological University, and is one of the nation's best schools for engineering, architecture, and technology. We don't want just anybody. We want students who are curious and driven, students who want to change the world through technology, science, and design. So if you believe that possible is everything, we want you at LTU.
Welcome back to Extra Point. We're the Farmington Falcons 7. Now let's get back to the highlights.
I'm Ryan Terpstra, and let's go to Wayne State as Warren De La Salle hosted the Tractors from Dearborn-Fordson, coming in at a perfect 5-0. We picked things up late in the first half as Fordson senior running back Jamil Savage goes around the edge and dives to the pylon for the 9-yard touchdown. Tractors led 14-10 heading into halftime. The Pilots, looking to snap a 2-game losing streak, will get the lead back early in the third as Alan Streisinger takes it to the crib for the 57-yard touchdown run. The Pilots are up 24-14 as we head into the fourth. But back comes Fordson. Senior quarterback Mohamed Zahir connects with Abdullah Jafal after several broken tackles. He is going to go in for the 49-yard score. And the Tractors only trail 24-21. Now 31 seconds left in the contest. Fordson driving for the winning score. It's Zahir getting into Hefaduddin Mashra in the end zone from 16 yards out. Dearborn-Fordson beats the Pilots in a thriller 28-24. Tractors remain undefeated at 6-0 on the season. And we go to a Catholic League Central Division class as Orchard Lake St. Mary's went on the road to take on Birmingham Brother Rice. Looking to extend its winning streak to 28 in a row, Brother Rice driving in the second quarter down 7-0. The Mr. Football candidate Alex Malzone connects with Brian Fortin for the 8-yard touchdown. We were tied at 7 apiece going into halftime. St. Mary's was the last team to beat Brother Rice. That was 2 years ago. This is Ryan Johnson for the Eaglets, breaking free down the sideline for the 80-yard score. They would miss the PAT, but Orchard Lake takes a 13-7 lead. It was a record-breaking night for Brother Rice. Malzone gets it to his favorite target. That's Grant Perry for the 37-yard touchdown. Malzone threw for 4 touchdown passes and a single-game school record of 419 yards passing. Perry also set a school record with 257 yards receiving as Brother Rice wins it. 28-20 is the final. They extend their winning streak to 28 games. I'm Ryan Terpstra for Extra Point.
Hey, I'm Sean Baligian, and it's time once again for the Coach of the Week, brought to you by Lawrence Tech. Well, we're going to head back to the KLAA. Our selection this week from South Lyon, Coach Mark Thomas.
Do your job, be physical, and keep playing South Lyon football. Let's go after them right from the get-go.
Coach Thomas has been the head man for a decade, and he feels blessed that his community is all in.
South Lyon's a great community. It's everybody rallies around every little thing that happens. And it's just the school and everything, and so that's what it's about.
Well, the expectations were very high heading into 2014, and so far the Lions have found their prey as they have planned.
And our motto this year was HED, which is hunt every day, because we're the Lions, so we're going to hunt every day, and now that's what we have to do, and that's what we're doing every game.
Now, as solid as the start has been, Coach Thomas is keeping his guys focused on their goals.
Our simple goals are, playoffs, and then win the league, and then go from there. And that's what every game we just say, hey, 0-0 every week, and that's who we're going to play. And then also about all the people that came before you, that came to South Lyon, that made South Lyon the jungle of what it is here in South Lyon. Pine Lake Trail, 11 Mile, rockin' sockin' football.
The Coach of the Week is presented to you by Lawrence Tech. For more info on Lawrence Tech Athletics, go to ltuathletics.com. I'm Sean Baligian for Extra Point.
That's all the time we have for this week. It's going to get real fun from here on out. Now, if you missed any of the show this week, not to worry. Just head to statechampsnetwork.com. Got it all broken down so you can check out exactly what you want to see. While you're there, vote in our Hungry Howie's Mr. Football race, the only major award in the state in which you, the fans, have a say. From the State Champ Sports Network studios in Southfield, I'm Lauren Plant. We'll see you next time on The Point.
State Champs Extra Point is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Also brought to you in part by Hungry Howie's. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Go to doughrazor.com for details. Van Andel Institute. Get involved. Join us at purplecommunity.org. Henry Ford Health System. Together, we can. Imagine Theater and Star Lanes in Royal Oak, your ultimate entertainment destination. And our friends with the United Auto Workers and Chrysler.